Hi, Marcus. How can I help you? Hi. I know we have talked a few times about taking Valerie back to court to gain more custody of son, and I know you have told me I needed more evidence before going back. I think I have what we need. Did something else happen? I know that you are determined on getting custody, and I commend you for that. But changing the status quo for a custody case is extremely difficult, especially when it has been that way for years. Yes, something else happened. I was on a video call with my son last night and saw that Valerie has moved her ex back into the home that she has a protection order against. He was just released from jail. That definitely gives good reason to file. I will get a motion drafted and include your request for therapy and complaints of Valerie's refusal to comply with the order in it. Hi, Valerie. It's Mia. I know I don't normally contact you, but Marcus has COVID. He is extremely sick, and I don't think it would be wise for him to pick up son this weekend. Well, I know this is Marcus and not Mia. Mia wouldn't send me something so stupid. You are always canceling plans. I tried to be nice and give you an extra weekend this weekend, so I am already scheduled to work, and of course you flake on me. This is Mia. I would offer to watch son for the weekend for Marcus, but I was exposed to Marcus before we knew he had COVID and supposed to be quarantined as well. You don't even call your son anymore, Marcus. I could never be a 25% parent like you are. It's very sad. Son needs a father and not a deadbeat. You made plans with son for this weekend. I'm tired of you playing with his emotions. This child has feelings, Marcus. If you are done being his dad, then step aside so I can give him a good father. But don't keep hurting him with broken promises. Son deserves better. Marcus is asleep. He's extremely sick. He feels terrible about catching COVID. But unfortunately, there is no cure at the moment, so he has to let it run its course. He wants to talk to son later to let him know, but I wanted you to have a heads up. I'm not begging you anymore. It's your loss. If you don't want son, don't get him. I'm done begging for you to be in his life. Even my attorney told me to stop begging and just keep track of when you call and show up. You didn't even check on us during the storm last week to see if we had power or needed anything. I wish you were more like your dad. He was a man of his word and honored his obligations. Your lack of wanting to be a father is noted. Don't worry. Why am I hearing from my daughter that you are trying to take son away from her? She was served papers today and she is a wreck. What kind of man does that to the mother of his child? Custody issues are between Valerie and I. Have a good day. Oh, no. That's bullshit and you know it. You abandoned her to raise son all on her own and now you want to take custody of son? Absolutely not. I'm sorry, but I have no reason to discuss this with you. That boy needs his mother, not a deadbeat who is barely in his life as it is. You will only be hurting him by doing this. My daughter is a good mother. Your daughter brings known felons and Abu dollars around son. Maybe you might want to speak with her about who is living in her house with son before you ask me why I want to remove son from that environment. And Valerie kicked Brian out of her house. I guess she thinks that if he's gone, the court won't care that she had him around son again. How do you know that? He messaged someone that I'm friends with trying to take them out on a date. She asked him about if he was still with Valerie and he told her no. She kicked him out because her deadbeat ex is taking her back to court for custody. He said that he's pretty sure she's trying to get back with her ex-husband, but she's also been texting that electrician she was dating before as well. I don't know how much of that is true. At least the electrician wasn't a felon. Son seemed to actually like him. She should probably focus on the fact that Pretrial is next week instead of trying to find someone to be with. You know that won't happen. She cares about Valerie, not about what is actually in the best interest of son. The attorney is very hopeful about this hearing though. Hey, you'll never guess who I was set up on a blind date with over the weekend. Hey, long time no see. Who was it? Someone from college? No, Valerie, your husband's ex-wife. She sent me a friend request on Facebook right in front of me and saw that we were friends and went off about you and how you stole her man. How did I steal her man? They had been separated for a long time before I met Marcus. I don't know, but it was really a weird situation. She had her son with her too. I'm a parent. I get not having childcare, but she didn't even say anything and just showed up with him. And then at the end of the date tried to talk me into going home with them. Oh my God, well, I'm glad it was you and not someone dangerous. Hopefully she stops that, because I'm definitely not going on another date with her. I don't need that drama in my life. I don't know how you... I need recommendations for the very best custody attorney in the area. Price does not matter. I just need to find someone who will fight tooth and nail for me and my baby. Is everything okay? I thought you already had full custody of your son. His deadbeat adoptive father is trying to take me to court for custody, and of course he's caused so much drama for no reason that my attorney I was working with quit on me. Right before we had to go for pretrial. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I used this attorney in my custody battle. She's literally the most expensive attorney in the area, but she is a pit bull. Well worth the money. I'll give her a call. I'm not worried about the cost. I'm sure the judge will order in my favor and make Marcus pay my legal fees. That would be amazing. I'll be thinking about you guys. Counselors, thank you for attending today's pretrial. I see that the defendant is not in attendance. Where is she? My client was refused entrance to the courthouse today due to a severe cough. She wishes that I continue this pretrial without her present. Very well. It is standard to send both parties to mediation before appearing before the court. Is there any reason that this case should not have to go to mediation? Your Honor, my client has been before the courts multiple times now in an attempt to gain more custody of his child. The mother has flagrantly defied the order numerous times and has refused to allow my client to seek needed therapy for the child. I am certain that if this case is sent to mediation, it will only serve to waste my client's time and once again delay the therapy and counseling that the child desperately needs. Is therapy a main point of contention in this case? Yes, Your Honor, my client feels very strongly that their child is in desperate need of professional therapy. He has attempted to set up an appointment in the past, which the mother refused to allow the child to attend. Counselor, why is your client against therapy? My client is not against therapy. She is simply wanting to be included in the conversation of choosing a proper therapist and prefers a faith-based route due to her strong religious beliefs. Okay, looking over case notes from previous hearings, I am in agreement that mediation would not be successful in this case. I do not see either party being able to come to an agreement. I also believe that no matter what, children involved in a custody battle will only benefit from therapy. The father has already attempted to set the child up in therapy and was denied with no valid reason. My client agrees, Your Honor, and would love to sit down with the father and choose a therapist they can both agree on. I do not believe that the parties would be able to come together and agree to a therapist in an acceptable amount of time. Therefore, the court will give a list of 3 offices the parties can choose from. If the parties are unable to come to an agreement by court, I will choose for them. Court will proceed on the scheduled date instead of moving to mediation. There will be a half-day time slot for this motion. Please ensure that all discovery is submitted by the due date. Thank you, Your Honor. As I am new to the case, I would like to request to push the discovery due date back so that I may have more time to review the case. Request denied. There is ample time to review information and still have discovery submitted in time. I will see you all for the hearing. Why have you not responded to any of my calls? I'm trying to call Son, and you are ignoring me, and your car is not in the driveway. We are out of town for the weekend. I informed you of this weeks ago. You also agreed to move the scheduled phone call time until later because we had important dinner reservations during that time. That's ridiculous. I would never agree to any of this. I can send you the screenshots if you would like. Either way, I changed my mind. I want to speak to him right now, especially with him being out of town in a strange environment. I'm sorry, but we are at dinner and there isn't enough service here to facilitate a phone call. He will call you when we are in the car. You are going to regret this. Do you realize that we will be going to court soon, and the judge is going to rip you a new one for denying a mother court-ordered contact with her child?